Hey team, welcome back to another video. Thanks for coming to take a look. We're going to go ahead and jump into the video a little bit quick here. And this is what we're going to be taming today. So as you can see, I've tamed up a bunch of these Megachelons. I'm going to show you guys how to do the same. And let's not waste any time. Let's just jump straight into it. Before I do, one thing I forgot to record is these little bubbles in the back. They do give stamina and they give oxygen. So once you've tamed one of them, you don't really need to worry about either of them. But while these ones go ham and looks like they're breeding up a little bit themselves, let's go and jump into the video. Alright team, so I've gone ahead and made a little trap here. Now, these big turtles do actually fit inside beehive gates, so I just went ahead and used, let's see, 7 beehive gates, little door on the front, door on the back, make a little spot where you can actually swim out. Probably make this a little bit easier. I think I can just swim out the bottom here actually. Yeah, I can. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and get the turtle inside the trap here really fast. One thing to note is if they get to the top and they aggro you, for some reason they won't swim back down, and it makes it kind of difficult. Okay, so as you can see, we should just come right in here. Then one more time just to be sure. And we're gonna go ahead and swim down and out. This guy should swim literally right into the trap here. Okay, perfect. So he's in. I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, I don't want this guy here. And we need to get this trap shut before he turns around and gets out, so. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we've got him trapped. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the next part. What we end up needing to do, actually you guys can already see it on the micro swarm. You do need to go down and actually grab one out of the ocean. I'll show you guys that now. Alright, once you've actually got the little guy trapped, or the big guy trapped, what you're going to need to do is you need to come down here and find one of these. They're called the micro swarm, or if you actually can get them to hover over with the little gun, I think it calls them something else here. Let's see, there it is. Parakeet school? Yeah, parakeet fish school. Anyway, so you're going to need to find these. These are going to be at the bottom of the ocean. And as you can see, we're actually pretty much right below where we actually ended up trapping the turtle. If you trap the turtle a little bit lower, if you trapped the turtle someplace down here, it probably would go quite a bit faster if I had to guess. As you can see, there are quite a few things down here, so you are going to want to make sure that you bring something to either kill them, either another water dino, probably just like a shark or something super basic, or you know, obviously if you're doing this in advent it's a little bit easier, but just bring something to kill stuff that's going to aggro to you. You can see I had to kill quite a few things just to get down here to find these parakeet fish. And then the only other thing I'm kind of wondering is if you can get more parakeet fish. So if you have a teammate, I'm gonna wonder, you know what, maybe we'll even try it, I don't know. Anyway, let me get these back up top and I'll finish showing you what we're gonna do. So as you can see, those are down there pretty deep, but we do have the one up here already. I went ahead and pulled him up, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring him over to the back side of this and let him into the trap as well. Once he's in, it should work just fine. Even though the guy, or the big turtle, is attacking the trap, it shouldn't make a difference. As long as he doesn't take any damage, it doesn't change the taming effectiveness at all. So as long as we can get this guy in here. Okay, you know what, actually it looks like these kind of fish attack it, which is not good. Let's kill the saber-tooth. You may actually end up having to kill some saber-tooths as well, or not some, yeah, some saber-tooth salmon. Let's get this guy inside here like so. Should just come straight in, I believe. Okay, yeah, there we go. And I believe they're attached to him now instead of me. I'm not being targeted anymore. Let's go ahead and switch around and go down to the bottom and make sure he's actually getting taming effectiveness now. Get inside here. And as you can see, yes, so he's going up. He's at 1.2, 1.3, and now nothing can hurt him. Now, typically, if they take damage while they're being tamed, it's gonna reset the taming bar. That's the only thing you really need to be careful of, and that's the only reason I would recommend a trap. Otherwise, you can just go around, you can literally just swim around with it. As long as you bring the little micro school up to it, it's going to continue to tame. And you just need to be around it while it's doing so. So you can do this out in the open if you want to. You're just going to have to fend off any sort of dinos, especially the aggressive ones, because they will attack the turtle the entire time. Now, he does have little air pockets here on the top. If you de-aggro this, which you will typically when you actually go down, but since I brought the micros up first because the first turtle got glitched out, he's still aggroed. But if you leave him in the trap, go down, grab one of these and de-aggro him, and then come back up, it does go, he's not going to attack, and you can just sit above him. You don't need a scuba tank or anything like that because these little air pockets do give off breathable air. So I'm going to go ahead and wait for him to get teamed up, and then we'll take a look and see what he can do. got this guy up here on land, sort of ish. I went ahead and force tamed another one just so we can show you guys the breeding mechanics as well. But check this out. So I was just playing around with the building a little bit just to see kind of what you could do, what the size was going to look like. As far as foundations, I'm guessing mine are a little bit off here, but I'm going to guess you can get pretty close to maybe a 5x6, 5x5, something around those numbers. I do have a ceiling kind of extending these out just a little bit on each side, just to show you a little bit of what's going on here. Now, looking at this kind of worries me a little bit in terms of PvP, because you do have a very large structure limit, it seems like, on these guys, and you can pretty much cover the entire thing. Obviously, I didn't build it exactly perfectly because I wasn't expecting to do this at all. I just kind of stumbled upon it. Now, I will say that anything that's sticking out does still take damage. So even though it's through the foundations here, as you can see, it's still got a yellow marker there. I went ahead and covered up a good amount of the stuff on the side because it does stick through just a little bit here. So I just put these ramps. I can't extend them past that, but it does cover it up pretty well. You could probably do, there's much better builders out there than I, but I don't know. I'm a little worried about that. That's going to need some testing, maybe some tweaking, just because this guy's pretty close to fully boxed in. I removed some foundations just so I had easy access to the guy up top there, but I don't know about this part. Anyway, so let's actually just take a look at the abilities and things like that now. Now, you can cryo these guys. Not too worried about that aspect. What happened to my other one? There she is. Anyway, you can cryo them, and another thing that I noticed is you can put crop plots on them. I saw that on the trailer they did have, or not just in the trailer, I think in some pictures, they did have some plants on them as well. I'm not sure. I couldn't figure out how the plants actually work. You might need to feed them something. That might be the key, but I wasn't able to figure out what. I tried putting just different types of berries, different types of seeds, fertilizer. I tried a bunch of different things in here just to see if I could get it to work, and I wasn't able to figure out how. This might just be something that happens over time, like a long period of time. I did leave these here for a little while on slow-mo, and I haven't seen any changes. But with crop plots themselves, one thing that's nice that I've found so far is that they are automatically irrigated. So if you put some crop plots up here, they do grow underneath the water and it automatically irrigates them for you, which is kind of nice. Still need to do the seeds and the fertilizer, obviously, but outside of that, still kind of an interesting feature at the very least. That could be the plants that they're expecting us to have on here. That was kind of my thought process as to why I tried it, but I'm not really sure. We'll see. We'll have to play around with this a little bit more. If you figure it out, leave it in the comments below because I would really like to know myself. In terms of what these guys can do, they do have a lot of HP. This is only a level 7 and has 2600 HP. I've seen claims of them into the 150,000-ish area after they're leveled up, in the 150 range after they're tamed. Definitely worth taking a look at. Now, there were some comments on this from a dev in the Ark, one of the Ark Discord chats, and they were saying basically that they're not too concerned about the HP because if you look at official stats anyway, HPs on Brontos and Perishers are already really high in the hundreds of thousands, so they're not too concerned about that being a huge issue, and they're not really worried about nerfing that. It doesn't sound like. We'll see. Now, we do know that these take reduced damage as well from bullets. They take 2x in the head, but I think they take, it's either 1/12 or 1/8, something like that, everywhere else. So they are going to be pretty good bullet soakers. You can get higher level saddles from these. I've seen a couple of blueprints coming from some of the events, and you can get them up pretty high. I'm not going to show you the bullet soaking on this because, I mean, it's a pretty normal feature. You guys can look at that one yourself. So let's look at the actual abilities here. They do have a basic left click, which gathers berries and things like that, just like a normal herbivore. They have a right click, where you have to actually hold the right click. See if we can get in front of it. If it's underwater like this, it actually shoots bubbles, which is kind of interesting, and it can literally do it for pretty... Okay, I don't think that one counted as underwater. I think that one's technically over the water. Let's go ahead and try that again. Okay, what are you doing here, buddy? Okay, that's definitely not counting as under the water. Anyway, it's shooting just normal bubbles at this point, but if you go under the water and to do it, you can literally do it forever. All this is just like a knockback. It doesn't do any damage that I can find. It's just some sort of pushback. So let's go under. And to go under, by the way, you do have to hit C. And let's go ahead and do it again. There you go. Here's an actual bubble one. And you can literally do this for as long as you want. This guy does not run out, and it will just go and go and go, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure what kind of mechanics they're looking at for that or what the thought process on that was. But yeah, maybe. If someone figures out what that's for other than pushing, because it does knock back. It knocks back really far. If you can figure out another use for it, I'm going to assume that there is probably some sort of hidden use for it that we just don't know about. If you figure out what it is, make sure you guys drop that in the comments, because I'd be really, really curious to know about that myself. Another interesting thing is while you're doing that, you can actually bite. Let's get back out of K. Here we go. Let's do it one more time. You can bite. I'm not sure what the point of biting at this point is, because you're going to be knocking everything. You're going to have everything knocking back anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far as the actual abilities. These guys aren't too crazy. Again, just so you are aware, when you are at the top, it is considered some sort of raft or boat. And to actually go back under the water, you do have to hit C to actually dive. You can see over here, we're on crouch dive raft mode. So you do have to actually hit C to actually come back out of the water. There you go. What's this? Rise, crouch, dive. Interesting. Anyway, so that's the difference here. You just use the C button to actually get in and out of the dive and the craft mode, or the dive and the surface mode. And that's pretty much it. I think that's gonna kind of wrap these guys up. I'm not too impressed with these guys. We'll see. You can get a lot of HP. You can use them to soak, and you can use them to gather pretty well. I'm assuming that bubble breath's got to be for something else. And if you guys know of another or anything else you can use these for, or do something else with them, I would definitely be interested in finding that out. So make sure you guys, again, drop it in the comments below. We're still all learning, and I would like to learn a little bit more myself. All right, and last but not least, we're gonna go talk about the breeding. So I've gone ahead and turned on the breeding for this guy, and just like the Megasaurus, they actually require something here. So you do have to be in deeper water, it says. So we're going to take this guy out and see how deep it actually has to be. I'm assuming they probably just have to swim, to be honest with you. But a mate boosted one of these is going to be pretty interesting. Okay, it still says deeper water, so let's dive down, see what it says. Oh, interesting, it still says deeper water. I wonder if they actually have to be kind of low down into the water here to be able to mate this guy. Let's go down here a little bit further. No, still deeper water. We might actually have to take this guy all the way down. Let's take a look. I'm going to drive him down a ways and see when it stops saying that for you. I had to come really far down here. I tried it pretty much all the way up to this point. That's going to make this super annoying. It doesn't look like these guys are affected by the cyclones though. That's kind of nice. Okay. Anyway, we're going to leave it at that. Anyway, so I had to come really far down here to actually be able to utilize the breeding factor. Any higher than this, it literally just won't breed. So we're going to go ahead and take this male and bring it in a little bit closer here. I hope that the cyclones don't really mess it up. So let's go ahead and turn on breeding for this dude. Enable mating. And enable mating may already be on here. Double check. Yeah, mating's already on here. So let's take a look and see if we can get this to work. It looks like that box that we have around her actually stops her from mating for some reason. So that makes it kind of interesting. But we're going to go ahead and get this guy to, or this chick to drop the baby or the egg. I'm not really sure which one is going to be here. And let's see what she does. It looks like it's actually incubating down here as well. So we've got a 32-minute incubation time. Really not bad at all. And I mean, that's pretty quick. So I'm gonna get this incubated and we'll see what it looks like when it hatches here. So before we get this egg hatched, I did want to show you, you can bring it up to land, but the amount of generators it's gonna take to do this, I don't even know that it's possible, to be honest with you. I don't know that you can actually hatch it at all on land. So as you can see, I have, I don't even know, maybe 20, 25 generators, something like that, or not generators, air conditioners, and it's not enough. It just keeps saying too hot. So it's definitely going to be one of those things you're probably going to need to just do at the bottom of the ocean. I think it's probably not that it's too hot, that I think, because I don't think that it doesn't matter how many air conditioners you add here. I don't think it's going to be cool enough. So you definitely do have to do this at the bottom of the water if you want to do it. All right, just to confirm, so I've got it inside at the same level. It does not incubate down here. It does definitely have to be in the water. So let's throw it in here. We might actually have to go inside. Yeah, we do have to go inside. Throw it in here, throw it on the ground, and it should be completely fine now. There we go, incubating. I'm gonna get this incubated up now for real. Baby time, and here we go. Oof, it's a big baby. Okay, let's clean this guy and take a look to see. And he automatically already gives off those stats. That's kind of cool. Anyway, so let's give him some meat and some berries. Actually, it looks like he eats meat just fine. We've got 38 and 2. Yeah, he eats meat. So it looks like he's going to be another meat eater. It doesn't look like he eats anything special. That's going to make this pretty easy. But yeah, so really the only big thing for breeding is you have to do it at the bottom of the ocean. You can see where I was doing those, where I was actually mating them is right. I don't know, it's not too much higher than this. I just went to the bottom of the ocean, basically. I did try and go to the bottom of one of the lower areas, and it just did not work. You do have to be in really deep water for this to work. Once he's at this point, though, you should be able to just go ahead and cryo him and throw him up onto normal land, just like a normal baby, and he should be good to go. Hope you guys enjoyed. That's going to wrap this video up. Thank you so much for watching it. Make sure you guys hit the like button if you liked it. Hit the subscribe button if you guys want to see more. Join the Discord if you guys have some sort of questions for me, or leave a comment below. And see you guys next time.